live on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, 12 Church. I have not had the pleasure of meeting you. My name is David. I am the pastor at 12 Church, and we are live today as we anticipate and get ready for our grand opening at our new location at Fivay High School in Hudson. Really excited. All roads lead to Sunday, March 26th, with two service times, 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. More on that here in just a little bit. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what's coming up in the life of our church and even be welcoming some special guests onto the broadcast. But before we get there, go ahead and hit that share button and invite other people to hang out with us. Also, as you comment, I'll be able to see it. And so leave a comment, say hello, welcome. Alicia, hey, good to see you. And keep commenting. If you have a question, I am here to answer those as well. Let me get you up to speed just a little bit. Most of you are already up to speed, but we've spent a little over a year at River Ridge High School. And again, I can't say enough how thankful I am that we have had River Ridge High School as a home. God has used River Ridge High School in a very, very special way in the life of our church. Their leadership, their crew, their team, their administration, everybody has been so helpful, kind, accommodating, a great, great partner in the life of our church. And the reason that relationship is coming to an end is not because we are dissatisfied with them. It's not because we don't like them. It's not because, there's anything going on that's bad between us at all. The reality is that when we started at River Ridge High School, we were in need of a place and we didn't have anywhere to go. And so we're thankful that Rick and his team, the leadership there at River Ridge, allowed us to be there. And we knew that it was going to be extremely temporary. And so from very early on at River Ridge, we began looking. And just to kind of give you a glimpse as to the mindset of a church planter and just sort of what's going on behind the scenes. When you are a church without a home and you're looking for a space to meet, you have a list in your mind about 10 things that you're sort of looking for, like space for kids and, the sound and storage and location. And there's about 10 things that are on a checklist, if you will. And not all things are weighted equally, but they're just sort of things that you're looking for to see whether or not it would work for your church. And this is not River Ridge High School's fault at all, but from very early on, we knew that out of those 10 things that we needed to operate like we felt we needed to operate, they only had about 3 or 4. And again, that's not their fault. They didn't build that facility with a church in mind, right? So we knew there was going to be a lot of obstacles and a lot of things to navigate around. And so huge shout out to our servant leaders, to our leadership for being so incredible, so hardworking, so optimistic, just amazing. There's so many different stories I could tell of servant leaders and volunteers that I saw doing things that were just above and beyond, that just blew me away and really humbled my heart because, it's easy to feel alone as a church planter, and I know I'm not alone. And so thank you. And there's really too many stories to tell, but we knew we needed to find a new space. Well, 5A High School, again, it's still a school. They didn't build that school with a church in mind, but based on the way we do ministry, after looking at their facility and really considering whether or not we could be there, they actually have about 8 or 9 things that are on our checklist of things that we need to be able to operate as a church. And so we are extremely excited about the partnership with 5A High School. And, one of the things that we're really excited about is just the ability to be flexible. That's crucial in the church world, especially in the church planting world, is the ability to be flexible, sort of think on your feet, change things if you need to change them, adjust things if you need to adjust them. And so really fired up about the flexibility at 5A High School. And the thing that I am perhaps most excited about is 2 service times. And you see there at the bottom of the screen as it scrolls across, we have 2 service times starting on Sunday, March 26th. When we started the church, sort of in the what you would call the launch phase, like before we launched publicly as a church, and we were gathering as a team and we were preparing for our public launch, this would have been late 2019, early 2020, I was getting a lot of advice from people telling me that the best thing to do would be to start with one service. Just do one service, grow, and then go to two. But something was just really burdening my heart. And I just felt like God was calling us to start with two services, to make that part of our DNA. We want to start with two services. And I got a little bit of pushback from friends and from people that I consider to be much smarter than me, just saying, hey, I would really advise you to start with one. Please start with one. But after talking with our team, talking with those that were on our launch team, we just said, we feel convicted, we feel ready, we feel prepared. We're going to start with two services. And we really made that part of our DNA. It worked, actually. Everywhere we went, even through all of the COVID chaos, we stayed at two services. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One, we want to give people as many opportunities as possible to worship on the weekend, right? Like if you want to call 12 Church your home, we want to give you as many opportunities to worship with us as possible. We're not naive to know. I mean, we know that people's lives are messy, right? And people's lives are unpredictable. And so we just say, hey, we want you to be able to worship with us. We never want timing to be an issue. We want to give you as many opportunities as possible. That's one reason. The other reason is for the overall health of our servant leaders. Our servant leaders are the backbone of our church. They're the ones who are on the front lines doing ministry in so many areas. Everything you see at 12 Church, everything you're going to see on March 26th, the sound, the lights, the environment, the chair that you're sitting in, the parking signs and the space that you pull into, the kids' environments and all of the hospitality and coffee and all of that is made possible by our servant leaders putting in extra time to make that possible for you. And we wanted our servant leaders to be able to do those things and be able to be part of our church and not have to miss church. In a lot of churches, everyone who serves sacrifices by missing church altogether. And so we said, we're going to do two services because we never want people to feel like they have to miss church in order to serve. And so sort of the motto of our servant leader culture has been sit one, serve one, sit one, serve one. And then because of scheduling conflicts and a lot of things that happened sort of behind the scenes with River Ridge, they had to sort of shorten our time. They had some conflicts with some other organizations that wanted to do plays and performances on Sundays. And so they had to allow us fewer hours to be there, which forced us to be able to only do one service for a season. And we asked our servant leaders, we asked them to sacrifice and say, hey, we really need you to help us get through this season of one service. And we were looking for the quickest road back to two services that we could find. And Fivay makes that possible. So we have our time extended there at Fivay High School. So we're able to set everything up, execute two services, and then tear everything down in the time that we have at Fivay High School. And I really want to take this opportunity not just to shout out our servant leaders and say thank you to all of those who serve so sacrificially and humbly. I'm so thankful for the team that we have that serves across all of our areas of ministry. But I also want to invite you to be a part of that. And I am unashamedly asking that you might prayerfully consider being involved starting March 26th. There's going to be opportunities before then to help and get involved. So many of you have reached out and asked, how can I help? How can I be involved? How can I make a difference? And those are great questions. And there are a lot of things happening to sort of gear up for March 26th, but that's sort of the day that everything really starts. We want to get off to a very fast start. As some of you know, because of your generosity and because of our desire to invite as many people as possible, we're putting a large investment into inviting our community with mailers going out to several thousand homes, with online advertising and social media marketing and things like that. And so we are anticipating a large crowd on March 26th, and we need as many hands as possible of people who are willing to step up and say, I want to serve. I want to be involved. I want to use the gifts and talents that God has given me to play a part in what God is doing at 12 Church. And if you go right now to that link that's scrolling across the bottom, it's 12.church/serve. You can sign up to, or at least express interest in serving in one of our various teams across our church, and someone from our team will get back to you very quickly, because we are trying to gather as many people as possible to get ready for what we believe God is going to do on March 26th. And I understand how busy life is, and I understand how chaotic life is, and I understand not wanting to make a commitment that you can't honor, and I appreciate that a lot. And I just would ask you to prayerfully consider what that would look like in your life to be able to serve, particularly if you call 12 Church your home, to say, what can I do? What small part can I play? Even if it's a low commitment thing, even if it's something that doesn't require a lot of extra time in my life because I don't have a lot of margin, what are some things that I can do on a given weekend in order to help 12 Church happen? And so all we're asking you to do is pray, but we want to give you that resource, 12.church/serve, and give you the opportunity to consider what that would look like for you in serving. In fact, I do want to bring on a special guest right now, because I promised special guests. Are my special guests ready? Are they ready? Do I have both of them? Yes, I have both of them. Come here, Cadence, sit right here. Luke, sit right here. Hey, everybody, say hello to Cadence and Luke. Get yourself in there so we can see you, dog. Nope, other way. There you go. There you go. Look at this. Everybody's saying hello. It's Lindsay and Tim and Alicia and Eric. So many people jumping on. Kim, hello. Welcome. I'm seeing that we had 3 new servant leaders reach out to join teams just since last Sunday. That's really cool. Congratulations to you. And I actually am really excited about these 2 because they were kind of voluntold by me, because I love them so much, because they are actually going to start serving on March 26th, and they're really excited. You want to serve with the babies, right? And so Cadence is going to help out in the kids ministry. Where did you say you want to serve?
I want to serve with the babies.
With the baby. Oh, you can serve with. So they're going to start serving as well, and they're going to be going to church for a service, and then they're going to be serving in another service. And these kids, they sacrifice so much. They're just the best, and they're cute, aren't they? Look at these guys. Look at how cute they are. They're so cute. Are you ready for Fivay High School? Yeah. I'm also excited, not just because they're going to start serving, but because, our church is passionate about kids, because we want to see all of their friends they go to school with come to know Jesus, right? We want to see all of the kids in our neighborhood come to know Jesus. And so we're fired up about March 26th, because March 26th is the grand opening, which you guys are already inviting all your friends, right?
Yeah.
You really did?
Yes.
Yeah, or you better have. You invite all your friends yet?
Yeah.
You better have. You better make sure that every single one of them come. But also, 2 weeks later, I mentioned us getting off to a fast start, because 2 weeks after our grand opening, we have Easter at 12 Church. And yesterday, these came in the mail. These are little invite cards that my kids, your kids, everybody at 12 Church, adults, kids, are going to get little invite cards to hand out to our community. And on the back, it tells you about a couple of things. One, we have special Easter service times because we have a helicopter egg drop happening. Do you remember when we did this at the movie theater? And it was chaotic because we did it in a parking lot and everything was really crazy. This will be on a field. So we're going to be dropping thousands of Easter eggs out of a helicopter for a helicopter egg drop, totally free for our community. Because, hey, Eric, I see you wanting to help with first impressions. Really cool. Somebody's going to reach out to you. Tim, I see one of your little ones invited your waitress. That's really, really cool. Love that. Children lead the way. And so this is a really, really great excuse to invite somebody to church, right? Because even if somebody says, I'm not really a church person, I don't really like church, I don't really know, I don't really want to go, no, I don't even know. You could be like, well, I mean, how cool is it that we're dropping eggs out of a helicopter? And then they might come for that. And what's really cool about that is they get the invite. They think they're showing up for a helicopter, and then Jesus saves them, right? Right? I love you, dude. Okay, you guys can head back. Love you.
Okay, love you.
Okay, you guys can head back. Thank you guys so much. Say bye. Bye. Love those guys. Love those guys. So real quick, because I have another special guest who I know is waiting on me, and I'll welcome him on in just a second. But with 5A, not just the grand opening, not just Easter. We want to get off to a fast start. We know there's a lot of growth coming to the area. We want to be the church for an entire region, and we're really excited about that. But what we're also excited about that we have not had before is the opportunities to partner with the organization that we're meeting in. So everywhere we've been, we've shared space with somebody, whether it be Wendell Crane Technical High School, Chasco Middle, Hollywood 18 Movie Theater, River Ridge High School. Everywhere we've been, we've had a partner, but really have been desiring a partnership where we could invest in the organization that we share a space with. And Fivay High School and their administration has been very honest and open about some of the needs that they have and some of the opportunities that they want to give us to be able to partner with them. And we are so excited about it because there are things going on at Fivay High School where they are investing heavily in their student body, and they are opening the door for 12 Church to be able to invest in their student body. And then they're opening the door for 12 Church to help serve their community and using Fivay High School to do it. There are young people at the school, young people in the community, teachers, administrators, faculty and staff, coaches, and an entire athletic department. And they are saying, hey, we care about these kids. We love these kids. One of the things I was so blown away by and almost brought to tears over was the principal at Fivay High School told me when he was referring to the students at Fivay, he called them his kids. And I loved that. It just gave me a glimpse into his heart and the reason why he was there, the passion for his job. And so he wants to see his kids invested in, and he knows the value of having our church as part of their school. And so he's willing to allow us to do so much in partnership with them. And so there's going to be opportunities that we have as a church to invest heavily into Fivay High School and sort of see Fivay High School as our mission field, and to say we want to bless these kids, invest in these kids. We want to raise up leaders. We want to get involved in any way that we can, volunteer, and even provide resources that can go to kids that might be in need, or just be able to bless those in the community. And so I see some people hopping on right now. Chris, welcome. Terry, Lovey, glad to have you guys. And Gerald, that's a good idea. Getting registered with Pasco County Schools to be a registered volunteer. Great idea. I am as well. Pasco County Schools needs volunteers. They particularly need, men who are serious about, making a difference and having a positive influence in young men's lives in Pasco County. So that's a really great thing. And so it's going to be a crazy season. I've already said we need your help. I've already said get involved. Now is the time. I've already told you why we're passionate about it. And now I'm bringing on another guy who you probably see a lot. Maybe you haven't met him. Maybe you don't know him. All you know about him is that he has the voice of an angel. That is undisputed. My man, Gio. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
Gio is the worship pastor here at 12 Church, and he makes us better. There's no doubt. Gio, if I had to if I had a bone to pick with you, it's that you and our worship team ruin every song you ever sing, because when you sing it, I can't listen to it throughout the week because I would rather hear 12 Church sing it, man. You guys are doing a great job. I love you, man. I'm so excited to have you on our team. And I wanted to bring you on because I think a lot of people, they see you on Sunday, right? Like you're the worship leader, but maybe they don't get a chance to get to know you a little bit and learn a little bit about you. And if you don't know Gio, a great thing to do would be to invite him and his wife out to dinner, because they would love to go out to dinner with you, especially if you're paying.
Yes.
And,
no.
So I wanted to give you a chance, Gio. Tell everybody that's watching just a little bit about yourself, you and your wife, your family, your upbringing, where you're from, what brought you to 12.
Definitely.
I'll turn it over to you.
All right, cool. Well, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate you asking me to be here and to pretty much share my story and who I am. But pretty much, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I lived there when I was like 5 till I was 5 years old, and then from there we moved to Orlando, Florida. Me and my family, we all moved to Orlando, Florida, and that's where we went to, and we found my previous church, which is Calvario City Church. And from there, I just grew immensely. All glory to God. I just grew so immensely in worship, and I just, because I've been a part of plays and so many things in that church, and I've been there for 15 plus years.
15
So,
years.
15 plus
You
years.
don't even look 15. You're barely 15 years old.
No.
Except for your beard. Your beard gives you away, but
still need some work, but trying. But yes, so I was there for 15 plus years, and I've done and learned so much there, and I've met some amazing people there. That's where I've met. I call him my brother now, my brother Hector, and from there we started our group, which is called Devotion 3, and God has called that ministry, and I've that's been my heart and my passion is to continue to spread the gospel through our music. So if it wasn't for that church and us going to that church, I wouldn't have met my brother Hector, and then I wouldn't have met my beautiful, amazing wife. It was at that church where I met her, and we grew up as friends, and one thing led to another, and through God, we've been able to talk to each other, and we ended up getting married on April 2022, April 21st of 2022.
yeah,
And
almost 1 year. And
yes,
she is amazing. If you don't know, Ari is her name. I would encourage you to get to know her. And again, take them out to dinner. They would love that. And, you know, I got to share a story, Gio, and I think you might know this story, but I'm not sure if everybody else does. And this is not a negative comment towards anybody else, but Gio came and led. He was like a guest worship leader at our church one Sunday, way before he was ever on our staff. And I got to know him a little bit before service started, and he led for us. And my inbox was just flooded with text messages like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this?
wow.
And, you know, and I had a thought that, again, I don't mean this as negative to our worship leader at the time. I love David. He's a great guy, and he led for us for a season, and he was our worship leader at the time. But I had a thought, and I was like, if I ever need a worship leader, I'm going to call this guy. I don't know. I was like, Gio, I don't know, man. It's just, you're easy to love, man. And so, and when we needed a worship leader, when we in season where I needed one, I didn't even put out a job description or ask for resumes. I just called you and said, hey, you're the guy that I want for our church. And I think, you know, God wants for our church. And so you've been an incredible addition to our team and to our family. And, you know, you do have a particular passion for music and for worship. And where does that come from? Like, have you always had, like, were you just born singing? And so then you were just like, okay, I'm going to be a worship leader. Like,
yeah, pretty much. So actually,
really,
there's a funny story when I was a baby, and I literally my mom told me, I literally like made a noise like, ah! And my mom was like, this is going to be the worship leader. She literally like proclaimed it, prophesied it over my life.
Come on.
Since I was a baby, and literally from then on, I've been, well, first of all, I've been listening to like Commission, so that's like the people that inspire me the most, and literally from then on, I've just been worshiping. I've been a part of plays in my old church, and cantatas is what we call it. It's like Christmas plays, like children plays, and they've gave me a part. I remember my first song was "Go Tell It on the Mountain," and I thought I did horrible, but a lot of people, they loved it. And but from then on, I've just been worshiping. I joined the youth service at my old church, and that's what's led me to grow as a worship leader. Yeah. And I'll always give credit to my worship leaders there at the time, which was Hector and his twin sister Nisha. They're just amazing. But yeah, it was from then on. I've always been worshiping, and worship has just always been my passion. It's something that we can truly give to Christ, and Christ receives it. So it's like it's something so serious to me, and that's why I always want to give my 110% at each and every Sunday that I get the opportunity to give God the glory and worship.
I love that so much, and that's actually, it's so important to me, and I know you know this, and I want our people to know, you know, like, it's one thing to be musically gifted, and it's one thing to be able to sing or play an instrument, and you and all of our vocalists and all of our musicians are extraordinarily talented, and there's no doubt about that. Like, it's hard to doubt how talented you are, just from a a giftedness perspective, but knowing your heart and your passion for Jesus, and knowing all of our team's heart and passion for Jesus and their desire to really make Christ known and honor him by the way that they prepare, by the way that they lead, by the way that they play, by the way that they sing, by the way that they interact. I'm just so thankful because, you know, the culture that you're building, the culture that we're building is one that, you know, I think a lot of churches desire. And so I'm thankful to see our team. And I would encourage you, if you don't know our worship team, please don't consider them to be like celebrities. Like a lot of times that happens, right? Where you're on stage. And so people just assume they can't talk to you. They can't approach you. And that, you know, that all of our approachable and servant leaders at heart and are wanting to advance the gospel just like everybody else. And so I wanted to give you a rapid fire questions, Gio. This will really help people get to know you. Okay. And so let me start here. What's your favorite song to lead?
Oh, that's where you're starting tough. Right now,
you have to choose.
Nothing else. Nothing else.
Nothing. Oh, good. Great song. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite sport?
Basketball.
Unbelievable. I knew he was going to say it too. And he's a LeBron fan. So let's start the chat going crazy now. You could just drop Jordan or LeBron in the chat.
LeBron is the greatest.
Well, that is pretty much what it's down to, though, right? Jordan and LeBron. Is there anything else in the conversation?
Jordan, LeBron. People put Kareem up there. People now. I feel like now I've been putting Kobe up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's a Jordan LeBron debate.
Yeah.
Tim already dropped Jordan. Oh man. We even have not even a competition.
Oh, come on.
For Jordan. LeBron. Okay, well we'll see what happens, but it's not looking good. Jordan is the overwhelming favorite at the moment. All right, now that we've caused some controversy, let's keep going. How about favorite movie?
Favorite movie has to be Endgame, Avengers. That's the only movie I felt pretty much every emotion.
Dude, you know, if you get to know Gio, you would never think he's an Avengers guy. I don't even know why. It's like the oddest thing to me, man. But whatever. Okay, favorite food?
Chicken cutlets.
Chicken cutlets.
Yeah.
All right. Now I've got two would you rathers that actually both have to deal with food. But I thought these were hilarious, and I'm so interested to know your answer. All right. Would you rather have to hunt for every meal you ever eat or eat McDonald's for every meal for the rest of your life?
Give me McDonald's. I'll take McDonald's.
You're not going to hunt?
I am not a hunter. I can't even see myself doing that. Killing
Same,
animals, first of all. But McDonald's, I really love it. I can switch it up with the menu, so give me McDonald's.
Dude, I'm the same way. Like, if somebody the other day was talking to me about hunting or whatever, and I was like, man, if I had to survive in the wilderness, I don't even know that I could. And not because I like, you know, I'm an animal rights guy or anything like that cares so much that I couldn't harm an animal. I don't think I could catch one, and I don't think I could hunt. I think I would die.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
So McDonald's, I guess I'd have to choose that too. All right. Now, when you go out to eat, every time you go out to eat, would you rather wear a bib? And you have to sell it too, dude. Like, you know, big bib. And it's going to look ridiculous. Or drink from a sippy cup.
I think I'm going to have to go bib because I'm already a messy eater. I sometimes I get food on my clothes, and my wife can attest to this. I get food on my clothes.
So you're saying you need a bib?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, I think I might have to go bib too.
Yeah, I'm not a messy drinker. I don't spill my drinks, so I don't need.
Yeah, and a sippy cup is just I don't know, man. That's a different level of embarrassment.
Yeah.
You know, like an adult-sized sippy cup. I don't think I could do it either. Well, anyway, man, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Really excited to have you on our team. Just stay on for 1 second. I'm just going to say goodbye. So all of you that have joined us, thank you so much. Be sure to share this video because there are people that can watch it later on. And again, want to invite you to be a part. So many of you have said, how can I help? How can I help? How can I help? How can I help? Well, one thing that I know Gio's passionate about, our team is passionate about, is prayer. And so if you remember us in your prayers, I can't tell you how much that's appreciated. Just between, really forever, but particularly between now and March 26th, pray, pray, pray. Don't think that's a arbitrary thing or a useless thing, important thing. And so when we're asking you to partner with us in prayer, we're asking you to agree with us, pray for those who are going to come to know Jesus, pray that more and more people would find the hope that Jesus brings. And we're just asking you to partner with us in prayer. And so if you're like, man, I don't know what to do to help, pray. Any time between now and then, if you're like, man, I want to help, but I don't know what to do, stop and pray and just ask that God will continue to bless our church and the people and the communities that we serve. And then you can also give. Generosity is huge. You know, our philosophy, we don't pass an offering bucket or try to manipulate people or beg people to give. People give at 12 Church because they want to. It's as simple as that. They want to see the gospel go forth. And so maybe you're ready to take your first step in giving, or, you know, maybe you're ready to take your next step in giving. Maybe you've given once in a while, but you're ready to partner with us ongoing. You can do that at 12.church/give. And you can even set up recurring giving. So thank you for those of you that continue to support our ministry. Thank you to those of you that will take that next step today and partner with us in generosity. And then you can serve. Gio, you need some people on your worship team.
Definitely do. Yes. If you play instruments, if you know you can sing, don't be afraid to reach that next call and join the worship team.
If you know you can sing, that's tough, man, because, you know, I still haven't gotten my worship team audition yet. One day.
Yes.
One day. But no. And by the way, as far as worship is not just singing and playing an instrument. There's an entire Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that happen behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And so if you go to 12.church/get served, you're going to see a drop-down menu, and it's going to say something like worship, production, creative, because there's so many things that happen behind the scenes as well to make the worship experience possible. And so even if you're just one to say, hey, I'm interested in technology or the creative side of things, or I just want to help in any way that I can, and you're not quite sure where, worship might be a place for you. That does not necessarily mean singing or playing an instrument. And so whatever you choose, please consider going there, choosing one, allowing us to reach out to you. We could really, really use you. Thank you guys for joining us. We love you all. And there will be opportunities before March 26th, so be on the lookout. But if not before then, I will see you in person March 26th with about 15 of your closest friends. Love you, 12 Church. Thank you, Gio.
Love you, 12. Love you, David.
See you guys.